Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in this video I want to take a look at the big PC game releases for the month of August. There's a lot of exciting PC games releasing in the rest of the year, while July and June were rather barren. As you can see, in August and the following months especially, the game releases are really starting to pick up, and August especially is bringing some past console exclusives over to PC, so that's very exciting. So without further ado, let's get right into this. First up, we have Yakuza 0. Yes, the Yakuza franchise is finally making its way over to PC. I think this was a foregone conclusion that at some point this was going to be happening. With Sega's newfound focus in PC gaming, they've released a lot of other games on PC such as Bayonetta, Valkyria Chronicles, Vanquish had a PC release, and now we have Yakuza 0 coming to PC, and this is a great way to kick off the Yakuza games. While Yakuza 0 wasn't the very first Yakuza game ever released, Yakuza 0, as the title would suggest, is a prequel to the first game, so this is a great way to introduce PC gamers to this franchise. It is touting uncapped frame rates and 4K resolution, and considering that Sega's past ports have been really good, I would expect similar results with Yakuza 0. And what they really got right with Yakuza 0, and I'm so happy about this, is the fact that they got the price right. I figured a game like Yakuza 0 would be released on PC for like $39.99, but they actually dropped it down to $19.99, and if you pre-order the game, it's only $17.99. I think that is a perfect price, so that is great too. And this game has a lot of content, it's got a great story, and we do know that after Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the first Yakuza title, will be seeing a PC release in the future as well. Sega seems really committed to PC, as they've shown with this. Now all we really need is Persona 5 on PC, and everything would be perfect, but for now, I'll be satisfied with Yakuza 0. That'll be releasing on August 1st, and again, only $17.99. Great price. Next up, the other previous console exclusive that's making its way over to PC is Monster Hunter World. Yes, Monster Hunter World, one of the most well-received games of this year, is coming over to PC now. Now, unlike Sega and Yakuza 0, I feel like Monster Hunter World is a little bit expensive on PC. It is priced at a full $59.99. Yes, I know the game is only 6 or 7 months old, but this is a game that you can regularly find on the PlayStation 4 for $29.99 now. So at the very least, I would have liked to see a $10 or $15 discount. But hey, some of you guys even said in the comment section that I was being too much of a penny pincher with that. Look at how much content you're getting with this game. It's pretty ridiculous, and I'm sure it'll be a quality experience on PC. And Capcom is another publisher that, much like Sega, their PC ports have turned out really well. Look at Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. That was a fantastic PC port. And with Monster Hunter World, they took the time from the console release to actually polish the game, at least I hope. And hopefully this will turn out to be a really good PC port as well. Now, the system requirements do worry me a little bit, because they list an i7-3770 and a GeForce GTX 1063GB as recommended, but here's the kicker: they recommend that for 1080p 30 FPS on high settings. Now, first of all, I don't want to play this game at 1080p 30 FPS. I want to ideally play this game at higher resolution than 1080p and at 60 FPS, but at the very least, I want to get 60 frames per second out of this game, and they specifically state when graphics settings are set to high. Well, I mentioned this in my previous video talking about MH World, but usually how game settings are done is you'll have low, medium, high, and then very high. Sometimes you'll have even one above very high. So when they say 1080p 30 FPS on a high settings, does that even mean max settings? That isn't clarified, so that is worrying me a little bit. This game might be a little difficult to run. I'm sure it'll look great, but we'll see for sure when the game releases on August 9th. Next up is a game that has appeared on my radar very recently, and that is Phantom Doctrine, and this is a game that I know a lot of you guys are going to be super excited for once you figure out what it is. Well, the game is set in the year 1983. The world teeters on the verge of destruction as the Cold War tightens its icy grip. Well, it's being described as XCOM in the Cold War, and just me saying that probably gets a lot of you guys excited, and when you actually see the game in motion, very much does look like XCOM, and that is fantastic, because me just saying XCOM and Cold War, I feel like a game like that should have a lot more anticipation and a lot more hype surrounding it, but it literally has none. And the game is touting a deep single-player story campaign, over 40 hours of content with a gripping plot. Could be a sleeper hit. It's coming on August 14th.
Can't trust anyone.
We're on our own. We need to disappear. New identities. New faces.
Next up, we have a collection of games that I'm super excited for, and that is the Shenmue 1 and 2 collection. Now, of course, Shenmue 3 is being released sometime in 2019, but Shenmue is such a story-driven franchise, and the series has been absent from the gaming world for so long that we need to revisit Shenmue and the story that these games have. So what better way to do so than Sega putting out the Shenmue 1 and 2 collection? Now, while I'm excited for Shenmue, I have to tell you guys that are newcomers to Shenmue and you're trying out the game for the first time, this is a game that hasn't aged all too well. Back in the day when this game was released on the Dreamcast, it was a technical juggernaut, it looked impressive, and one of its biggest strengths was its technical prowess, but now in 2018, it really doesn't have that. It still has the great story, but fundamentally, it's a little dated too, with a lot of quick time events. So just keep that in mind when playing Shenmue 1 and 2. It is coming August 21st, and it should set the table pretty well for Shenmue 3 later in 2019. Next up, we have a game that I've been following for quite a while, and that is Death's Gambit. Yes, it is finally being released next month, and Death's Gambit is a challenging 2D action platformer with deep RPG elements. As an agent of death bound to his service, unravel the mystery of Ceridon and discover the true price of immortality. Just looking at the game, I absolutely adore the art style in this game. It's got a great look to it, a more pixel look, but actually seeing the game in motion, it's got such fluid gameplay and such attention to detail that I feel like it's hard not to be captivated by the visuals of this game, even if you are more familiar with, technical juggernauts. This has been in development for quite a while. Hopefully it lives up to my expectations as it's being released on August 14th. Next up, we've got The Walking Dead, the final season. Yes, The Walking Dead, one of the most influential series of the last decade. I don't think it's hyperbole in saying that because this game really paved the way for a lot of other games, especially a lot of the Telltale games. The Walking Dead Season 1 kickstarted a lot of that, and now it's crazy to see that it is finally wrapping up with The Walking Dead, the final season. Now, some people aren't as fond of this series as they were in the past. I probably would fit into that camp. I still like The Walking Dead. A New Frontier wasn't the greatest thing, but with the final season, Clementine returns as a playable character, and I'm sure Telltale will want to conclude this series with a bang. If you've never played The Walking Dead at this point, I would really recommend you to start with the Season 1. Season 1 was so good. I think I actually have like a playthrough of Season 1 on my channel, the entire thing. It was just an emotional roller coaster, and even to this day, it's very enjoyable, so I'll highly recommend you to check out Season 1. And for those of you that have been following Walking Dead all this time, the final season is coming, and it'll be released on August 14th.
Never go alone. Never go alone, right. And what do we do when the monsters come?
We shoot them in the head.
And what else?
Always save the last bullet for yourself.
And finally, I want to throw in a game that's of a personal favorite IP of mine. Even though I'm not all too excited for this game, I wanted to give Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker a mention. I've been a long-time fan of Naruto. I know a lot of people, you might have grown up with Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, all of those other shows. Maybe you were one of those kids that watched Nickelodeon shows when you were a kid. I literally grew up watching Naruto, and it's a series that, yes, I know it has its major issues, but it's an IP that I'll always be close to, and every time a video game comes out, I will definitely be playing it. I played through all of the Naruto Storm games. I played a lot of the games before that. However, I am happy they're trying something a little bit different with this title. Ultimate Ninja Storm kind of ran its course, and with Storm 4, they did conclude the main storyline, so I think it's a nice change of pace with this title. More of an arena game, and it's a 4v4 team-based game, so that is really interesting. It'll be cool to see how that turns out. I know at this point, a lot of people have grown out of Naruto. I know the Boruto anime is running, and I watched a few episodes of that and thought it was absolutely terrible, so I don't care much for that. But the look of this game, I think it has potential, and even with somebody like me as big of a Naruto fan as I am, I'll always find some sort of enjoyment out of the Naruto games. I know for those of you that have no care for Naruto whatsoever, might not be for you, but for me and all of you other Naruto fans out there, you'll probably at the very least get some enjoyment out of Shinobi Striker, but I do hope for far more than that.
Cherry Blossom Flash! Bring it on! I'm just getting started! Our real target's over here!
So that is gonna conclude this video. 7 awesome PC games coming in August 2018. What do you guys think? I actually left off a couple of games that I did want to give a mention. A title called State of Mind looks really interesting. There are a few other titles coming in August as well, but as you can see, next month is packed with game releases. A lot of diverse titles from Yakuza 0, Monster Hunter World, Phantom Doctrine, Shenmue 1 and 2, Death's Gambit. Just a lot of quality titles, and it is just gonna get busier and busier as we head into September, October, and November. That's gonna conclude this video, guys. If you have a request for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.